Hello and welcome back to the RSC on match day 11. Tonight we have a prospect matchup involving the hostile takeover and the Tic Tacs. Producing for us tonight we have Precision, and joining me on the desk for the first time in quite a while is Squirrel. How you doing tonight?
Good, glad to be here. Looking forward to seeing some great Rocket League between both these two teams.
Absolutely, and a bit of drama has gone down recently. We've had some big-time trades. Tic Tac has recently traded away traded away G Money, and Hostile Takeover picked up a recent signee of Irish Hawk, and traded him away to Earth, and then picked up Blitz. A lot of different trades going around, different players moving around. So these guys have a lot on the line trying to set up the best teams that they possibly have. And we might be seeing an interesting night ahead of us.
Yeah, definitely. We got first overall team 29-11 in Hostile Takeover going against Tic Tacs, who are currently 23-17. So Tic Tacs looking to make their way up the chart here. Hopefully, if everything goes to plan, they could potentially get a sweep. Just trying to be unbiased as I can, though.
Yeah, and especially seeing with Hostile Takeover having as many trades and player moves that they've had, playing with Dino Incarnate, Irish Hawk 27, and now picking up Blitz. They've had 3 different players now, and they're still first on the list. It's kind of interesting to see a team in first go through all of that and then still go for different players.
Yeah, definitely the dynamic on the team is going to be a little bit different, but they seem to be making it work so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And then as we saw with the departure of G Money, Tic Tac has now picked up SE at work, and also picked up Tyson Wah from the bench to potentially serve as the 4th man, but he's plenty defensive all in his own right, and we'll have to see what all these players have to offer here before we get into the match. Let's take a look at the stats from each of these players. For the Hostile Takeover, as we saw before, leading with a 26-10 record in first place, Tic Tacs following in 5th. The goals for differential isn't too large, only 8 goals separating the two, and shots are very close as well. In fact, all of these stats are very close except the goals against.
Yeah, definitely. It's a big difference. 20 difference in the favor of the Hostile Takeover here. They also have 10 more saves than Tic Tacs, so hopefully their defense is unlocked tonight and we can have some really close games. I am looking forward to seeing how the new roster moves work out for both these teams.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to how it goes, considering it is the first time we'll be seeing Blitz play for Hostile Takeover, and considering the defense was as good as it was, is that going to be a mistake in their play, or is that going to open up some potential more offensive opportunities? Only one way to really tell.
Yeah, we're only going to find out once these players hit the field, so I'm excited. I'm ready if you guys are ready, or if we got some more stuff to talk about, we can go ahead and do that too.
I think all the players are in the lobby, so we can probably let them know that they can join up, and we'll get this show on the road. All right, and here we go. Players are all set to go. If you would like to bet on this game and see if you can get those channel points higher and higher, go ahead and put those in below as we get the kickoff started. DrizzyJ looking for an aerial going off the top, not quite able to carry it all the way along. Rye Guy trying to keep the offensive pressures. The Hostile Takeover holds on so far as a battle in the midfield ensues.
Yeah, so far both teams coming out swinging with a lot of pace. As the first chance is going to go to hostile takeover, but unfortunately couldn't get that past mid. But they still got this offensive pressure, and just like that, Drizzy gets the game. Started off with a 1-goal lead.
A great job by DrizzyJ, getting it over the top, making it an awkward save as it waterfalls straight down, and a great idea to follow it through as well. Just reading the miss there, as now a 1-goal lead with only 30 seconds left. Nothing too much to worry about if you are the Tic Tacs, but now you have to build up your own offensive pressure. You can't just sit back on defense trying to force in a mistake as more come out, but now the defense is back. And Blitz misses that one right there. It's a 1v1 in the backfield. SE at work, trying to make something work, but nobody able to really follow in quick enough. And another midfield battle is building out right here.
Yeah, so far, so good for rotation-wise. And banger from Grizz as catches the hostile takeover defense sleeping a little bit. Yeah, Drizzy, you can go ahead.
I was just trying to pick up on what you said. Yeah, great shot, just finding the gap in the rotations there. Back to a 1-1 game, and I think that's going to be the play here for the Tic Tacs tonight if they want to put the hostile takeover into a negative situation, kick them out of first place, and move up into 4th or even 3rd themselves. Is going to have to be working the rotations, finding out which breaks in the defense are going to work, finding the mistakes for the hostile takeover, and that'll probably be the biggest way they build up their offense. Just a quick strikes off of a rotation, and now we're going all the way back down. Potential miss right here. This one could go all the way. Guy just barely able to get back in time. Passes want to go back to the middle, not going to work out right there for him. And I think this is probably the most hostile takeover has been on defense in a while.
Yeah, they're really struggling to get out of their half. A lot of good 50s by Tic Tacs in the midfield. But as we're boost kind of depletes, we see Drizzy trying to get something going here, but she at work was able to get the stop. Just trying to get some more offensive pressure going here.
See SC at work, working the walls, no pun intended. They've been great on the walls so far for hostile takeover, just working the passes over the middle. As this one nearly works a pass, Grizz not able to get there, and now Tyson's back 3rd on defense, having to make something to just keep it on their half. And Grizz just misses that shot, and this is going to be back into the middle, but nobody from hostile takeover is ready to go. And now offensive pressure is building right here. DrizzyJ working it off the top ceiling.
Good control by Drizzy here. Nice first touch. Able to drive up the ceiling. Hold the slip as long as you can. Slots it. Top right. What a shot by Drizzy.
Yeah, great shot. Working from the ceiling himself. Not really involving, not needing a pass from his teammates. Just doing it himself. This time he's looking for a pass to Guy. And now hostile takeover's got a comfortable lead up 3-1. Rotations were working out pretty well for Tic Tacs, but now hostile takeovers definitely found a break in it, and they're taking full advantage of it.
Once again, Drizzy off that sidewall. Instead of going for a lead shot this time, able to get a pass mid to his teammate Guy, who absolutely shoots a dart on that. But as Tic Tacs here, trying to get some offensive pressure, but just like that, Guy's gonna swing it the other way.
Yeah, working it back in the middle. DrizzyJ is able to find the midfield just pretty accurately right now, either finding the backboard, the net, or a teammate. That's the only 3 I believe he's been able to hit so far, and it's working out pretty well, but he doesn't have much boost right here to follow it. Guy's got to make some defensive plays. Tyson makes the touch, but messes up his teammate just a little, maybe not expecting it. DrizzyJ's got no boost. This is an opportunity right here, but just a little too slow, going off the backboard post. And this one's backing across the middle. Nobody has boost for hostile takeover. All they got to do is put one on net. Nothing's happened so far. And now still 0 boost. Southeast at work is going to be able to drop this one to Tyson. Didn't look like he was going to get there at first, but lack of boost on the hostile takeover side bites him as Guy's not able to get there.
Yeah, like you mentioned, lack of boost. Hostile Takeover struggling for boost on the defensive side for way too long. Tic Tacs able to take advantage of that with a nice catch and shot by Tyson.
Great pass play right there, just a little too wide. And I believe the boost is probably going to be the best offense for the Tic Tacs going forward. It looked like it was going to be rotations, and that is still going to be the play right here. All they got to do is work the low boost. That one nearly goes in the exact same spot on the exact same player. Not able to quite get it in. Tyson's the last back. Grizz has to get there. That one's looking like it's on net, just off the crossbar. DrizzyJ doesn't have the boost to get it in. Tyson again for the save. Offensive pressure building once again. Low boost here for the Tic Tacs, and now back the other way. Got to regroup for the hostile takeover.
And with 30 seconds left here, Tic Tacs are trying to keep as much pressure as they can and to keep and try boost starving, but unfortunately that 50 goes a little wayward, but Tic Tacs trying to get some more offensive pressure going, but just stopped in the midfield.
Yeah, stopping in the midfield, not great. You've only got 10 seconds left. DrizzyJ is not going to get a great touch for his own teammates, but maybe they can work this over. There's a potential open net. He's got to get this off the hood of his car, not able to reel it in. And it's going to be a 3-2 victory here for the hostile takeover, taking game number 1. Very close here for the 1st and 5th seeds. I could definitely see the next few games going either way, for either a 3-1 or a 2-2 victory, and no one is going to be pulling out a sweep, I believe, here tonight.
Yeah, with how close this game was in game 1, it's going to be a fight to the finish, just like this one was. Unfortunately, Tic Tacs not able to get the flick on goal. I did not see who was trying to dribble that ball, but not the best control, but it happens down here in Prospect. But I think the one thing that really stood out to me is how Tic Tacs was able to constantly just boost starve hostile takeover. So maybe hostile takeover could try and limit unnecessary boost usage, or try and limit, or not limit, gain more boosts in this next game to potentially get a sweeper.
Absolutely. And we saw that play working out great for them. They were starving the hostile takeover in their own half, forcing them to be on defense the whole time and not allowing them to make a great touch on the defensive half. They weren't able to clear it out at all, and it was just building up too much, and we did see the Tic Tacs actually score off of that. If they can get onto the offensive half, they just got to be able to work those rotations in and out, grab the back boost, sweep the net, force them to jump, get them just as awkward as possible. Like right there, just nearly works out for them, just not able to. Too high and out. But now we're back on the defense. DrizzyJ looking for more offensive shots and goals, trying to pad those stats. This one off the backboard. Blitz is looking for a shot. That's his first goal here for the hostile takeover.
Yeah, nice pass by Rye here. Good control. Able to get it past one and then lands in perfect position to get the bump on Grizz. Grizz unfortunately not able to recover in time. So that is hostile takeover again with the lead early here in game 2.
Yeah, just a quick lead right here. Grizz is a little awkward, and this one's just going to roll right through. Blitz once again making his mark known. So far that trade is working out just perfectly for the hostile takeover, as he takes full advantage of a misplay there from Grizz. And now 2-0 lead. Tic Tacs need a lot of work if they want to keep the hostile takeover from taking over too much of this game.
Yeah, I think hostile takeover has all the components they need right now. They have the boost, they have the positioning. Obviously they have the players. All 3 players are being menaces to the Tic Tac squad. The Tic Tacs are trying to get this ball past the midfield line. Luckily they do, but it does not seem like they have the numbers at this moment to get a goal.
Yeah, it's not working out great. I have noticed that the hostile takeover are playing a little bit quicker than the Tic Tacs. Always gotta keep referencing the names, but they're doing a great job just keeping up the speed and haven't used up too much boost. Their boost storing has not been too bad. They've been conserving it just the right amount that they need, and they're not letting it go too much past into their half either, as they keep trying to work passes over, and they've always got a guy back for the rotations. They've cleaned it up a little bit from last game.
Yeah, they definitely have, but they're still on defensive here as SC at work with the shot and back post. Looks like one player was caught a little flat-footed, but that could have been because a player did get demoed prior.
Yeah, a little deceptive shot right there. Looked like it was going to go off the crossbar, just barely able to sneak in. And Blitz was not able to read it, unfortunately for him. But now this game is back close again, and I spoke way too soon. DrizzyJ with another goal here tonight. That's his third for the night, and now he's put his team up with a little bit of insurance goal, but still 3.5 minutes left to go. These guys do not like defense too much. They love the offense for both sides.
Yeah, right guy really playing a key role in the offense and pressure at the moment. All 3 goals have been assisted by him as of now, but there's still quite a bit of time here for the Tic Tacs to try and get something going, as the 50 does go towards the midfield, but unfortunately no hostile takeover player was ready for that.
Yeah, working this back to defensive half now. Hostile takeover have had plenty of offensive pressure. No one able to work off the backboard. I don't believe a single Tic Tac player has touched the ball for the last 15-20 seconds until Grizz right there as he works one over. DrizzyJ is the only one back on defense, gets the save. SC at work, trying to work this one back over the middle, and I believe we have a rule 1 there in the back. Just noticed that one. This one's gonna roll over mid unless SC at work not able to save it. Respect there from Tyson Watt and Blitz holding that rule 1 until the end.
Definitely. I was wondering why there was so much space. I only saw 2 players go for that. And then, yeah, towards the end of it, the goal there was able to see a rule 1 in the back. And like you mentioned, respect to both players for holding it.
Yeah, always got to keep our eyes open here. Looked like you got 2 players. Oh, wait, where's the third? They're all the way in the back. Right guy wants another shot. That one's pretty impressive. Not going to get that one over. SC at work trying to read this one. Gets it just where he needs to. This one's going to work back over the middle. SC at work clears it out once again. Rye guy keeping it off the wall. They've loved the straight wall quite a bit so far. DrizzyJ trying to get it off the corner. Corner wall has been the bread and butter here for the hostile takeover. Scored plenty of goals off of it so far, just working back over the middle. And now Tyson Waugh, the only one left, but Rye guy has 0 boost. DrizzyJ trying to cut it off a little bit early. Shot coming out here. Grizz able to save it. Rye guy still has no boost, and this one's going to go off the post. Not quite out of it yet. Still low boost. SC at work clearing this one out. Drizzy still there, ready to 50 it back over the back wall. This one's going to go all the way back and trying to regroup. Hostile takeover, trying to keep it off their defensive half. And a little bit of miscommunication is going to cleave it back into the back, leave it back into the midfield.
When it beat there by Drizzy, that's finally to a goal if none of the Tic Tac players can get back, but not the best touch. And just like that, the ball's cleared out, and immediately already on the offensive half, as the player does get demoed in the midfield, which does relieve some pressure here. Drizzy and Rye here trying to do a little 1-2. Unfortunately, the second pass did not come in time.
A little bit of, I feel like there's a little bit of lack of confidence on the Tic Tac side. They're doubling up right here. Communication hasn't worked out just right. Grizz is actually going to get one in the net just off the post. He's probably happy that he did not brick that shot off the post. And now the game is still live. 41 seconds is plenty of time to get a goal, but with how tough this hostile takeover team has been so far, it's likely that they won't be able to come back, but the dream is always still alive, and especially if they get that confidence back here late, they can still come back.
Yeah, there's definitely an opportunity here, but Blitz just being a menace on that side, getting 50s, getting bumps, just keeping the ball away from the net for as long as they can, just cutting down valuable time here. If Tic Tacs don't get a goal soon, it looks like hostile takeover is going to have a 2-0 lead after this game.
Yeah, the game has still been close. It's nothing to really worry yourself too much. You still have the opportunity to go 2-2, and DrizzyJ wants another one. Blitz wants another one. but they're going to be able to clear this out, and we're going to end with a 4-2 score. 2-0. Hostile Takeover have all the advantage. They're going to at least tie tonight. However, Tic Tacs need to do a lot of work here if they want to be able to come out with at least a 2-2 and preserve their 5th place.
Yeah, definitely a complete 180 after the game 1. This time around, Tic Tacs stuck in their half, as you could tell by, I want to say it was 16 shots from Hostile Takeover to the 4 shots of Tic Tacs. So trying to get that ball out from Tic Tacs and save the balls when they are on net is going to be vital here for these next 2 games.
Yeah, it was a great showing on defense for Tic Tacs. They only let in 4 goals out of the 16, or out of the 14 plus shots. Yeah, 14 shots, and those guys have held on defense pretty well. And I believe Tic Tacs just need to get that offense back. And also, if you would like your channel points to raise higher, maybe bring back your predictions from the first 2 games. You got to get those points back. Go ahead and gamble those out down in the comments and get those back.
Looks like we have substitutes for both teams.
Putting in a substitute after you just won 2 games is a very interesting strat. I haven't seen that one in quite a while. Bringing out Rye Guy after 4 assists. All four goals last game were brought on by assists from him. Maybe just trying to bring in Rennie Boy some work. Not sure how this one's going to play out. DrizzyJ stacking up right behind Blitz. Grizz has no boost. Got to find something. Rennie Boy looking for the shot. We've seen him plenty times on stream, and he's showing up once again with a goal right off the gate in the first 15 seconds.
Rennie Boy here with the sub. It looks like he's actually working. 15 seconds in, immediately just goal, put his name on the leaderboard, show he's here to play. But like you mentioned, very interesting to take the other player out, as he did have 4 assists in that last game. So maybe they know something we don't.
Yeah, hopefully it's not a tech issue either. Had those in my games tonight. However, it didn't seem to affect them last game, and they held down the fort just fine. But we'll see how Rennie Boy slots in, as he is pulling some offensive pressure right now, and he's played pretty well on stream in the past. But it's still baffling why they would do that, but it's also clear why Tic Tacs would do it, unless they had some special strat cooked up to counter this matchup specifically.
Yeah, Tic Tacs needed something, and they bring in Colossal here. Try and be that person who shifts the tide, as Grizz gonna get a nice shot on net, catches the defensive Hostile Takeover out of position.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of offense on both sides. Colossus made a good play to bring it back into the middle. Didn't quite get credit for the assist right there, but he did get they did come away with a goal right there. It's back to a 1-1 game. Nothing too much to worry about, as we have SC at work trying to work it back into the middle. Grizz has a near full tank of boost, faking out Rennie Boy. Didn't work right there. Nobody currently there to clear it out. DrizzyJ gonna beat him there. And now Rennie Boy, 0 boost. Blitz beat it over him. Rennie's got to turn around quick. He's got to get to it. Rye touch right there. Back in the middle for Colossus. Rennie Boy is going to be able to clear this out with a huge bang. Drizzy putting it back off the backboard. Rennie Boy not quite able to work a double tap. Blitz gets beat out. Offensive pressure back here for SC at work. Didn't quite able to get this one over into the mid, and Grizz hooking up with Colossus.
Yeah, really good pass there. Notice the 2v1, opts to go for the pass instead of the shot. Grizz able to get it over one player and just under that crossbar, putting up a goal with roughly 3 minutes left here in game 3.
I apologize. SE at work actually got the assist there. Colossus was not in the picture. He was holding down the back fort. This one's going to go off the back fort. DrizzyJ just lurking in the middle. That one goes off backboard, back post. Blitz is now last back. Drizzy trying to work back with him as well, but Colossus makes a great cut, puts it off the backboard. And so far, the substitution for Tic Tacs has worked out a little bit just fine for him, as this is their second lead in the game since the first goal. And this time they do it 2-1 instead of 1-0 off the kickoff.
Yeah, so far so good. Both substitutes are making their cards known here, as Rennie trying to keep some pressure here. Missed there, but luckily defense able to get back in time, as Colossal are going to try and keep this ball in the offensive half, trying to cut down some of this time left here. SCO we're going to put a banger on net.
Yeah, high pop. Wasn't sure if Drizzy was going to be able to get up to that one in time. That one nearly clips the edge of the post. Not quite able to. Grizz has a chance here for a shot just too high. See if SCO work follows up. He does. Just not able to put it on target. Colossus, 0 boost. Barely misses the boost steal. Blitz gets dunked, and then we're back into the corner. DrizzyJ just trying to do anything he can to keep this one out. Colossus, even with 0 boost, not backing away from the offense. Grizz just uses a little bit too much boost. He's back on 0, back across. SC at work, double commit in the net. You got 2 teammates with 0 boost all the way back. Colossus trying to lurk for those demos, and it's just not finding the mark right now.
No, definitely not, but all these pass plays across nets making the opposition use as much boost as they have in their tank. Luckily able to get this ball out, try and gather some boost here. We do have Blitz though, sitting in the midfield, kind of lurking, playing the whip by Colossal, but Colossal does get that touch. And just like that, Tic Tacs are trying to send this ball back in the other half, trying to go up by 2 goals here with less than a minute left.
Yeah, it looks like Tic Tacs are just playing for time right now, just banging really high pass, high shots, not forcing anything on net. That one goes off the post. Rennie boy able to read that one, just gets blocked right off the touch. Not able to put it in. 30 seconds remaining. Colossus just trying to keep this one on their side. Gotta find the bumps, gotta find the boosts. SC at work, just lurking in the back, just able to keep it on the offensive half for them. This one's gonna hang out in the middle. Blitz just able to clear this out before Colossus gets there. Great boost steal. Grizz keeping this one back in the corner. You got 10 seconds left. If you're hostile takeover, you need something to go your way right now. Rennie boy not able to make the right touch, and now this ball touches the ground. We have a 2-1 game, and the dream to keep it a 2-2 now is still alive.
Yeah, substitute here where Tic Tacs seem to work. Grizz though, 2 for 6. So they definitely outshot this time around. Total of 12-5, so that's pretty good in their favor. But I will say what I think won Tic Tacs that game was just the constant pressure and not allowing that ball to go past the midfield. I think the spacing really helped out, and the rotational demos also helped out. So
yeah, absolutely. There was a lot of saves coming out of hostile takeover. They were on defense for the majority of that game. They weren't able to keep offensive pressure for more than about 30 seconds at the most, and the Tic Tacs held it down just fine. I'm curious to see if they will take out Rennie boy in this next game. It doesn't look like they're planning to do it just yet. Not sure if Ryguy is having some tech issues, but I believe Rennie boy is going to stay in there, and we're going to have the exact same lineups as we had the previous game, and we'll see if it works out for Tic Tacs to pull out a 2-2 victory.
Yeah, I'm getting word here that Turbulence did get a sweep tonight, so Tic Tacs on their way up this leaderboard here. See if they can get a 2-2 here. Take the fight to hostile takeover here in game 5.
Be an absolute win here for Tic Tacs if they can pull out a 2-2 tonight against the #1 team, already sending them down, just making it that much easier for them to climb the division, get a better seeding for playoffs, as the playoffs are nearing closer and closer. The season is nearly done for them. They've got probably about another week, 2 weeks at most before we start seeing some playoffs come out here. And Colossus able to get his first goal here on the stream, up to 1-0. And it doesn't look like the swap Rennie Boy, right guy for Rennie Boy has worked out so far. And they've been on defense nearly this entire time, this last game in 30 seconds.
Yeah, I really gotta wonder what the cause of that rotational switch was. It didn't seem like he was playing that bad game 1 and 2. Obviously had 4 assists in game 2, but no doubt Rennie is doing his best. He's out there putting up a fight with his fellow teammates, but Tic Tacs able to get the first strike here in game 4 as they're trying to get a rotational, or not rotational, pressure upfield.
Yeah, the passes have started to come out here from the Tic Tacs. They've been linking up with each other quite often. Grizz not able to get that touch, but SCO works, just able to fill in that empty space. DrizzyJ trying to get the backboard pass. He's going to have to follow it up himself. Has the angle, just barely able to slot that one in the bottom left corner. And now we're back to a 1-1. DrizzyJ trying to do it himself. Trying to put the team on his back and keep this where it belongs. Keep Hostile Takeover at least in the second place, as they just lost it from that one game.
Yeah, definitely an interesting shot there, but it did work, as is going to get a decent pinch towards the opposition's half. But Drizzy, yeah, playing lights out here, doing really good for his team. What I'd like to see is probably Rennie trying to get a little bit more involved.
Yeah, I've liked how Rennie's worked the offense so far. He's been able to respond to those high passes, looking for those backboard reads. And this one potentially could go in the way for Hostile Takeover. Blitz just not able to get enough speed on that one to clear it away. Colossus gets that one out of the middle. Grizz trying to work a play, not able to do it. SC at work. Back with control. He's going to get a second touch, around 2, actually around all 3. Bump comes out. Nobody on the Tic Tac side is there to follow it up. That would have been a free goal as the net was cleared. DrizzyJ gets pit maneuvered. And now back to the offense, working the possession. Grizz gets this one to roll up. He gets a pinch around 1. Colossus not going to be able to get there. Actually, he is putting this one back in the middle. Blitz clearing it back out. DrizzyJ cutting it off. Back to Colossus, trying to keep it in the corner. Offensive pressure building once again for Hostile Takeover.
Yeah, DrizzyJ really doing a lot of work on the offensive half, trying to keep his team in this. It's still 1-1. There's still 2 minutes left here, but has 1 of 50. Oh, he almost got the save, but the 50 there from Blitz just a little bit too strong.
Yeah, Grizz was just a little awkward there in the net. He was already backwards, and that ball going at just the right height. You got to turn around just perfectly. Wasn't able to do it. Just barely able to sneak in at a low speed. And now 2-1. Tic Tacs are going to need to work something here if they want to get back in this game. They're still in it. However, they're down 1. They got to score a goal. Offense needs to be here, but it's not looking good as Rennie Boy and Blitz collide there in the net. Colossus, a little bit of possession right here, but nobody has any boost on offense for Tic Tacs. You got to find something. Rennie Boy trying to read that one. He's going to be awkward in the net. Nothing going so far. Rennie Boy trying to clear this one out mid. Grizz has a great clear opportunity, but he's got no boost. Finds what he needs. Not able to get a touch on it, and it's been a little bit of a ping pong battle here on both sides.
Yeah, I like the spacing that's coming out from Hostile Takeover here. They just seem to be in the right positions at the right times, as Blitz going to try and get another goal here. Tic Tac's defense a little bit awkward. Nice little bump there between Rennie and Colossal.
Yeah, a minute left. Great bumps going out right so far. Blitz drops it down. Grizz has very little boost. This one goes off the backboard. Colossus able to read that one. SC at work's got a lot of speed. Putting it back over the middle. Blitz not able to touch a perfect pass to Colossus. Oh. And it goes off the post. They needed that goal.
You hate to see it. Accuracy not there. Little wayward touch from Hostile Takeover, but they're still pushing, keeping this offensive pressure going. Tic Tacs a little low on boost. It might catch him out. It's DrizzyJ shot, saved by Colossus. Never Blitz is just there to shoot the ball.
Absolute heartbreaker for the Tic Tacs. They had it right in the palm of their hand, just a missed shot off the post, and it goes right down the other way in less than a minute, and now they're down 2. They're going to need a miracle to keep this one alive here.
Yeah, 30 seconds left here. Not the best kickoff. Immediately goes into the defensive half, but Tic Tacs able to get this ball out. Drizzy, though, definitely playing really solid defense. Rainy on the backboard. Gets this clear. It's just precious seconds coming off the clock. Tic Tacs need to get something going, and they need it now.
Right now, you don't have enough time. Drops to 7 seconds. They've got all the possession that you need. And with just a second left, all this ball has to do is hit the ground. And we're going to be going to a 3-1 lead, getting one there for the road. Rennie Boy follows that one up. Congratulations to the Shell Corp for completing a 3-1 game. I was pretty confident it was going to be at least a 3-1, probably closer to a 2-2, but Hostile Takeover have done it, and they've now gotten a win out here tonight.
Yeah, definitely Hostile Takeover deserved that win after that performance they had in Game 4. Some unfortunate just accuracy issues on the side of Tic Tacs. But if I had to pick a MVP for the series, I would definitely go with DrizzyJ. He just seemed to be all over the place this whole series.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with you right there. DrizzyJ, of course, gets the MVP. Blitz was putting on a show as well, but DrizzyJ was there on offense all the time when they needed him. He was just able to conserve boost where he needed it. Boost management was there. Touches were there. Trying to work the double taps, passes as well. He was all over the field, and he was able to pull out the 3-1 for his team. Congratulations to him, and we'll have to see you guys on Wednesday. Great matches today. We'll have to see, I believe it's an elite matchup on Wednesday, and we'll see you all next time. If you want your team on the stream, go ahead and sign up. There's only a few match days remaining before playoffs. And with that, I am Sauce Boss, joined by Squirrel here on the desk and Precision producing for us tonight. We'll see you all next time.